They lied to you. They said cleaning was simple. Just stay organized, they chirped, like your knees haven't been plotting against you since 2012. They told you it was about effort, discipline, a tidy house, a tidy mind, right? Well, welcome to Buddhist wisdom for the elderly, where we gently, and occasionally with sarcasm, set the record straight. Because here's the truth. Cleaning in old age isn't a chore. It's a daily confrontation with mortality, joint pain, and the slow, graceful art of letting go. Do we agree with the lie? No. We respectfully sweep it into the dustbin of youthful delusions. That's why, in today's video, we're revealing 12 darkly funny, shockingly helpful cleaning lessons. Not the kind you read in a magazine, but the kind your body whispers at 2 a.m. when you're stuck halfway between the floor and the truth. Each part includes the painful illusion, what society tells you, why it hurts, physically and spiritually, a real story from someone who's been there, and the gentler alternative you deserve. Stick around for part 11, where we reveal the sacred, rebellious act of cleaning while sitting. Yes, that's allowed, and it might just save your spine and your sanity. If this resonates, if you want more truth wrapped in humor and healing, like and subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. It's free, but it keeps our backs straight and our spirits lifted. Now dust off your doubts. You're home. Let's begin. Part 1. Rinse dishes immediately, because life is too short to scrub lasagna fossils. You know what's worse than dried lasagna on a plate? Nothing. Not even a tax audit. And yet every day millions of us commit the same act of domestic self-sabotage. We let our dishes sit in the sink like abandoned art projects, waiting to become archaeological evidence of what we ate 3 days ago. Now, if you're over 65, disabled, or just so tired that even watching TV feels like cardio, I want to tell you something radical. Scrubbing is a scam. Not a moral failing. Not laziness. Just a broken system. Let me introduce you to a sacred practice. It's called rinsing. Not scrubbing. Not soaking for 40 hours. Just a gentle rinse under warm water right after eating. That's it. And if you're feeling wild, if you've still got a little fire left in that creaky old body, drop your plate into a small basin of soapy water. Let it float like it's at a spa. Later, when you return, everything wipes clean like magic. No elbow grease, no resentment toward inanimate objects. Margaret, age 80, used to scrub like a woman possessed, until the night her arthritis flared so badly, she dropped a Corelle plate and it exploded like shrapnel. She sat on the floor crying, not because of the plate, but because it finally hit her. She was trying to clean like her younger self. Now, Margaret rinses. She lets the dishes do the work while she sips chamomile tea and watches game shows. Her kitchen still gets clean. Her joints don't scream. And her blood pressure, lower than her standards for online dating. In Buddhist terms, this is right effort. Do what needs to be done, no more, no less. Rinsing isn't laziness, it's a form of wisdom. You're not trying to conquer the kitchen, you're trying to make peace with it. So next time you finish a meal, don't martyr yourself over marinara. Just rinse, smile, and walk away like the peaceful old rebel you are, because scrubbing is for people with regrets. Part 2. Use smaller spray bottles, because the bigger ones are gaslighting you. Let's talk about those giant industrial-sized spray bottles you buy at the store. You know the ones. Opaque plastic, weighing as much as a small dog, with a trigger so stiff it feels like you're wrangling a garden hose with arthritis. Now, I'm not saying these bottles are evil, but if they had a personality, they'd be that old friend who borrows your car, returns it with no gas, and says, "It builds character." Here's the truth. They're lying to you. These oversized bottles make you feel like you're doing something important, like you're gearing up for battle. But all they really do is wear out your hands, frustrate your spirit, and convince you that cleaning is a big job. And when cleaning feels like a big job, guess what happens? You don't do it. That's why downsizing your cleaning products into smaller, lightweight bottles isn't just a physical hack. It's a psychological mic drop. Smaller bottles look like less effort, feel like less effort, and are less effort. Suddenly, wiping the bathroom mirror doesn't feel like preparing for the Olympics. John, 72, used to dread cleaning his counters. The act of gripping that stiff old Windex bottle was like arm wrestling a robot. Then he started transferring his cleaners into little 10-ounce spray bottles, like the kind hairdressers use. Now he keeps one in every room. He doesn't even walk to clean anymore. He rotates in his chair like a wise, lazy sunflower. You want Buddhist insight? Here it is. Big bottle, big ego. Shrinking your tools humbles the process. You don't dominate your home, you collaborate with it. Also, pro tip from an old nun I once met at a meditation retreat. Label your small bottles. Otherwise, one day you'll spritz vinegar on your face thinking it's toner. Ask me how I know. Downsize your bottles, free your hands, and remember, there's no spiritual awakening at the bottom of a heavy jug of Lysol. But there might be one in your junk drawer, in a perfectly sized little spray bottle, quietly waiting to make your life easier. Part 3. Microfiber cloths. Your new best friend that won't betray you like your knees. Did you ever try dusting with one of those old cotton rags from the garage? You swipe once, the dust lifts into the air like it's mocking you, and then it lands somewhere else, like it's playing hide and seek with your dignity. Now imagine this. You're 78, your knees click like castanets, your shoulders ache, and you've just spent 5 minutes chasing dust like it owes you money. This is where microfiber cloths come in. And let me tell you, they're not just cleaning tools, they're forgiveness-made fabric. These little wonders are designed to grab dust, dirt, pet hair, maybe even your regrets, and hold on to them like a Buddhist monk holding a prayer bead. No fluff, no float, no come back later and do it again nonsense. Just one calm, efficient swipe. Helen, 78, used to dread dusting day. She said her fingers would swell like sausages and her back would go into hiding. Then someone gifted her a set of microfiber cloths and it changed everything. It's like the dust knows I mean business, she told me. I barely have to press. She even named one of them Steve. And here's the Buddhist piece. Non-resistance. Microfiber doesn't fight with the dust. It embraces it. You're not waging war with your home anymore. You're practicing the art of gentle removal. A soft goodbye to what no longer serves. You can even get creative. Wrap one around a broomstick with a rubber band and voila, an elder's Excalibur for ceiling fans and high shelves. No climbing, no swearing, no ibuprofen needed afterward. Bonus tip, dampen the cloth just slightly, not soaking, just enough to whisper, "Come here, little particles." And when you're done, toss it in the wash. It's reusable, like wisdom or grudges. So trade in your old rag, get yourself something soft, something loyal, something that doesn't ask you to suffer for a dust-free shelf. Because at this age, if someone or something is going to hurt you, it sure as heck shouldn't be your cleaning cloth. Part 4. Baking soda, the white powder that actually heals you. Let's get this out of the way. Yes, it's white, yes, it comes in a box, and yes, it's legal. But baking soda? Baking soda is the real deal. It's the only white powder you should keep near your kitchen sink and not be ashamed of, because unlike other powders that wreck your life, this one might just save it, or at least your grout. Baking soda is the unsung monk of the cleaning world. Silent, humble, always ready to serve. It doesn't shout, it doesn't burn your eyes, it doesn't ask for recognition. It just shows up, day after day, scrubbing your sins away one fizz at a time. Think of it like this. Bleach is the guy who kicks in your door with a flamethrower. Baking soda? He walks in quietly with a towel, smiles and says, "I've got this." Let's talk uses. Sprinkle it on your stovetop. It eats grease like it's at a buffet. Throw it in the fridge. It inhales bad smells like a nosy neighbor. Mix it with a little water. Boom. Instant grout paste. It doesn't judge your tile's age. It just brings it back from the dead. Even your carpet benefits. A light dusting, a short nap, a vacuum session, and suddenly your living room doesn't smell like 1997. And here's the kicker. Baking soda doesn't just clean surfaces. It cleans emotional residue. Yes, I said it. There's something meditative about watching it fizz when you add vinegar. Like the universe is saying, see, even messes have drama before resolution. Elder tip, keep a labeled jar near your sink and call it your Zen powder. That way, when someone visits, you can wink and say, "Excuse me, I'm just gonna go do a line of cleaning." This humble powder costs pennies, requires no strength, and offers chemical-free grace to bodies that can no longer handle the strong stuff. Like a good spiritual teacher, it works gently, silently, and without ego. So next time your sink clogs or your conscience does, reach for baking soda. It won't judge you, it'll just fizz, then let go. Part 5. Pre-sorted laundry hampers, or how I learned to stop bending and love my cart. Let's be honest, laundry used to be simple. One pile, one washer, one screaming match with the dryer that ate your favorite socks. But now, doing laundry feels like preparing for an Olympic event. In slow motion, with a herniated disc. You're expected to lift, bend, sort, carry, and not die in the process. Which frankly is asking a lot from someone who gets winded tying their shoes. So here's the hack, dear one. Stop sorting on laundry day. Sort as you go. 3 hampers, 1 for whites, 1 for colors, 1 for things that shrank and broke your heart. That's it. It's like filing your taxes every week instead of April 14th in a cold sweat. When laundry day rolls around, you won't need to bend over a mountain of chaos. You'll simply grab the bin that's ready and whisper, "I no longer suffer." Grace, 75, used to sort laundry by dumping it all on the floor, sitting cross-legged like a sad Buddha, and sifting through underwear and t-shirts like she was mining for guilt. One day, she bent over, got stuck halfway, and had to call her grandson to pull her upright. That's when she found religion. And a rolling cart. These days, she uses a 3-bin system and keeps it waist-height. No bending, no back pain, and no accidental enlightenment while stuck on the carpet. This is what we call environmental compassion. It's not just about your space, it's about designing your space to be kind to your body. Buddhism teaches right action. And sometimes, right action means never crawling across the floor again to retrieve a rogue sock. So yes, laundry sorting sounds boring. But trust me, it's the difference between exhaustion and grace. Organize your bins, spare your spine. And if anyone asks why you've got a color-coded laundry system, you look them dead in the eye and say, "I bend for no one, not even towels." Part 6. Rolling laundry cart. Your portable throne of laziness. At some point, carrying a laundry basket stops being a household chore and starts feeling like a cross-country pilgrimage with a basket full of wet regrets. Your shoulders scream, your wrists threaten mutiny, and your knees, your once loyal companions, start negotiating early retirement. That's when you need to meet your new best friend, the rolling laundry cart. Lightweight, foldable, wheels smoother than your last romantic relationship. This isn't just a tool, it's a declaration. You are no longer a beast of burden. You are royalty. And your laundry, it shall be rolled. Josephine, 78, used to haul her laundry basket down the hallway like a war widow dragging a memory chest. Her arthritis hated her, her back resented her. Her hallway became her personal purgatory. Then her daughter gifted her a rolling laundry cart, and suddenly everything changed. Now Josephine doesn't carry anything. She glides. She floats through her home like an aging empress with a cart full of linen and 0 apologies. Want a Buddhist twist? Here it is, non-striving. The cart teaches you that effort isn't always noble. Sometimes it's just pride in disguise. Suffering unnecessarily is not wisdom. It's ego cosplaying as discipline. The cart strips that away. It says, you can have a clean home and working joints. You don't have to choose. Pro tip, get one with smooth wheels, a tall handle, and a removable basket. That way, when your washer is 3 feet to the left of your dryer, you don't have to perform a dangerous act of upper body Jenga just to make the transfer. And yes, it also doubles as a walker when no one's looking. I won't tell. This isn't about being lazy. This is about being strategic. It's not about doing less. It's about doing smart. And when your laundry is rolling instead of dragging, you're not just saving your spine. You're making a sacred vow to yourself. I will never suffer for socks again. Part 7. Dusting spray. Because dust is the universe's way of saying, you're still here. Let's talk about dust. It floats in, settles down, and never asks permission. Kind of like your adult children during the holidays. You wipe it away, and by morning, bam, it's back, clinging to your furniture like it pays rent. But here's the part no one tells you. Dust is just time in powdered form. A little reminder that the world keeps spinning, your body keeps aging, and the bookshelf you haven't touched since 2003 is now a Zen garden of skin flakes. I know, beautiful imagery. Now, for most of us in the my joints crack louder than my stereo age bracket, dusting feels like trying to hold back the ocean with a teaspoon. It's exhausting, and frankly, a little insulting. You clean, you cough, and still, there it is again. Existential sediment. So what do? We cheat with dusting spray. That's right, spray your furniture with a good dust repellent, and suddenly the rules change. Dust slides off like it's been spiritually rejected. You don't have to wipe every day, you just wipe when the spirit moves you. Nancy, 70, used to dust twice a week. She said her coffee table looked like a funeral for her energy. Then she discovered a lemon-scented dusting spray that not only repelled dust, but gave her house the illusion of someone who cared. Now she dusts once a week, smells like citrus victory, and hasn't cursed her bookshelf in months. There's something deeply Buddhist about this. Dust will always return, like thoughts during meditation, or guilt when you forget your grandchild's birthday. But that doesn't mean you must suffer it daily. Just acknowledge it, spray it, and move on. Bonus tip, pre-treated dusting cloths. They're like lazy monks, efficient, calm, and always ready. Keep one near your TV remote. Wipe once while channel surfing. Enlightenment achieved. Because here's the deal, the dust will keep coming. But you get to choose how much of your precious breath you give to fighting it. And sometimes the wise thing is to spray it and let go. Part 8. Break cleaning into tiny chunks, or you'll break into tiny chunks. Once upon a time, you cleaned the entire house in one Saturday. You mopped, vacuumed, scrubbed the baseboards, washed the windows, did 2 loads of laundry, rearranged the spice rack, and still had time to make a lasagna from scratch and judge your neighbors from the porch. Now you vacuum one room and need to lie down with a heating pad and make peace with death. But here's the liberating truth. You're not lazy. You're just not delusional anymore. This is where the sacred art of micro-cleaning comes in. 10 minutes a day. One task. That's it. Dust the coffee table on Monday. Wipe the bathroom sink on Tuesday. Toss expired fridge items on Wednesday. That's not defeat. That's strategy. That's elder wisdom. That's survival with a side of lemon-scented self-respect. Arthur, 79, used to push himself to clean everything in one go. I like the feeling of getting it all done, he said. Then he threw out his back while trying to vacuum under the couch and ended up stuck there watching daytime television upside down for 3 hours. Now, Arthur sets a 10-minute timer. He plays one Elvis song, does one small chore, and then stops. His house isn't perfect, but neither is his back. And they've learned to live together in harmony. This is Buddhism 101. Right effort. Not too much, not too little. Just enough to keep your surroundings peaceful, without turning yourself into a martyr for the gods of cleanliness. Because if you burn out cleaning your home, who's left to enjoy it? Break the job into sacred chunks. Let go of the illusion of the clean house as a one-day masterpiece. Instead, treat it like life. Imperfect, unfolding, and somehow still beautiful, even if the baseboards are dusty. Remember, it's not about cleaning everything. It's about not collapsing like a folding chair in the process. And if you do nothing else today, wipe the doorknob. That's enough. Part 9. Multiple trash bins. Because walking to the kitchen is basically a pilgrimage. Now let's tell the truth. Walking across the house to throw away a tissue used to be a quick step. Now it's an odyssey. Your ankles negotiate, your knees protest, your hips sound like creaky floorboards in a haunted house. And all for what? To drop a used napkin into a single sacred trash can that lives in the kitchen like it's the high priest of garbage? No more. You deserve multiple trash bins. One in every room. One next to your favorite chair. One by your bed. Heck, one in the bathroom and one in the shower if you're feeling extra. Why? Because you are no longer a nomad in your own home. This is called trash decentralization, and it's a spiritual revolution. Rose 78 used to hoard little bits of trash on the end table. Old receipts, tissues, wrappers, those plastic seals from vitamin bottles, until she realized her living room was turning into a landfill of procrastination. But the walk to the kitchen felt like a triathlon. Now, she's got a tiny bin by every major resting zone. A foot pedal one by her recliner, a basket under the desk, and a tiny, glorious one with a floral print in the bathroom. She empties them once a week, all at once, and says it feels like spring cleaning, without the emotional collapse. Buddhist wisdom? Easy. Remove obstacles from the path. When something is far away, resistance grows. When it's right there, action becomes effortless. The trash isn't just trash, it's a practice, a reminder to release, let go, discard. Want extra elegance? Keep a roll of replacement bags tucked inside each bin. Changing the liner becomes a 5-second act of grace. No wrestling, no huffing, no guilt, because at this point in life, you don't need to earn your right to convenience. You already did your time. So plant those bins like tiny shrines to ease. Make your home serve you now. After all, the Buddha didn't walk further than necessary, and neither should you. Part 10. Daily mini routine. The wisdom of 10 minutes and letting go. There comes a time in life when the phrase deep clean sounds more like a medical procedure than a weekend plan. The truth is, when your joints crack like bubble wrap and your energy levels have the reliability of a dial-up modem, the idea of scrubbing your whole house in one glorious back-breaking afternoon becomes a myth. A dangerous one. So here's your liberation. You don't have to clean everything today, or even this week. You just have to clean something, and only for 10 minutes. That's it. 10 minutes a day. One task. One zone. One small, quiet rebellion against chaos. That's the system. Charles, 73, used to let things pile up. He'd wait until Saturday and try to tackle it all. Then he'd spend Sunday icing his back and questioning every decision he made since 1974. Now, Monday is dusting the living room. Tuesday, wiping down the fridge handles. Wednesday, vacuuming the rug. Just the middle, not the edges. He never cleans more than 10 minutes. But his home, it looks lived in, not abandoned. And he doesn't end each week feeling like a broken mule. Here's the Buddhist angle. Impermanence. Everything changes, including your capacity. You no longer clean the way you used to, not because you're failing, but because you're evolving. Your job now is maintenance, not perfection. Plus, daily mini routines retrain your nervous system. Cleaning becomes a ritual, not a punishment. A moment to reconnect with your space, your breath, your body. Can't reach the top shelf today? Skip it. Can't mop the floor? Sweep a corner. Even if all you do is fold one towel, wipe one doorknob, or clean one cup, you've done something. And sometimes, that's everything. So if the house isn't spotless, let it be. You're not a hotel maid. You're a human being learning how to live gently in a body that's shifting under your feet. 10 minutes. One act. No shame. Let that be enough. Part 11. The sacred art of sitting while cleaning. Because chairs are enlightenment devices too. Let's be real. This whole idea that you have to stand while cleaning, it's a scam. A dusty, aching, knee-destroying scam. Somewhere along the way, we started believing that productivity meant being upright, that mopping from a seated position was lazy, that if you didn't suffer while cleaning, you weren't doing it right. But let me introduce a radical new thought. Chairs are allowed in the spiritual practice of cleaning. In fact, they're sacred. I'm talking about the sacred cleaning chair. You pick one. You bless it. You roll it, swivel it, scoot it. You use it like a throne, because that's what it is. A place of gentle sovereignty. Marilyn, 82, swears by hers. She's got a little wheeled chair that she calls Peggy. Peggy rolls with her from room to room like a loyal sidekick. She wipes baseboards with a long-handled mop from her chair. She sorts mail, folds towels, and dusts the lower shelves without ever standing up. Her secret weapon? A grabber tool, a lightweight duster, and zero shame. You know what that's called? Adaptive wisdom. Also, badassery. Here's your Buddhist angle. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. The idea that real cleaning looks a certain way? Illusion. Sitting while you clean doesn't diminish the task, it dignifies it. It honors the body you're in today, not the one you had in 1985. Here's a tip. Keep a cleaning caddy on wheels nearby so everything rolls with you. Attach a cup holder. Go wild. This is your mobile temple, your seated sanctuary. And if anyone dares to call you lazy, just smile and say, I'm not sitting. I'm reclining in enlightenment. Because at this point, every step you save is an act of self-love. And every chore you do from a chair is a quiet rebellion against a world that told you suffering was the only way to be clean. It's not. You're already clean. You're just wiping up the evidence. Part 12. Use lighting as a cleaning strategy. Because what you can't see will judge you. You ever walk into a room during daylight and think, when did I start living inside a dust museum? Yeah, that's called betrayal by lighting. Your house looked fine last night. Under that warm, soft 40-watt glow, you were basically Martha Stewart with bad knees. But come morning, the sunlight hits the windows, and suddenly it's like God turned on a judgment spotlight and said, Really, Carol? The blinds too? Here's the hack. Clean with good lighting, or at least intentional lighting. This isn't just about seeing dust. It's about seeing clearly, literally and metaphorically. See, most elders dim the lights to save energy, ease their eyes, or spare themselves the visual shame of noticing what hasn't been cleaned since Obama's first term. But here's the trick. Using strong light, temporarily, just while cleaning, helps you catch the grime before it accumulates into a full-blown existential crisis. Try this. Pick a cleaning zone. Use a flashlight, a desk lamp. The flashlight on your phone duct taped to a broom handle. I don't care. But illuminate the space like you're a CSI detective investigating the murder of your free time. Joyce, 76, started using a $12 headlamp from the hardware store while cleaning. She says it makes her feel like a spelunker exploring the dark caves of her kitchen tile grout. And you know what? She actually enjoys it now. Because it's not just cleaning anymore. It's a little adventure. A game of, what horror have I missed today? Here's your Buddhist nugget. Awareness is light. You can't change what you won't see. And sometimes flipping on that harsh overhead bulb is the first step toward compassion, not just for your environment, but for yourself. Because when you illuminate your surroundings, you're really illuminating your care, your values, your willingness to show up, even when the shadows reveal more than you wanted to see. So shine a little light today. Clean what you can. Laugh at the rest. Because dust doesn't define you. But refusing to look at it? That's where the real suffering begins. So, what have we learned today, dear one? That cleaning isn't about effort. It's about wisdom. It's about adjusting to the current version of your body, not the one that used to lift couches to impress guests back in '93. We learned that rinsing a dish is an act of self-respect, not laziness. That a rolling laundry cart is not a sign of defeat. It's a portable shrine to survival. That microfiber cloths are more loyal than some ex-partners. And lighting exposes not just dust, but denial. And maybe, most importantly, we learned this. If you're cleaning from a chair, using baking soda like holy powder, and dusting like it's spiritual exfoliation, you're not doing less. You're doing it better. So if something in this video made you laugh, breathe easier, or look at your trash bin with newfound affection, drop a comment below. Share your favorite lazy hack, or tell us the last time your back gave you the middle finger. Like this video, subscribe, and help us reach 1,000 subscribers so we can keep creating more wisdom-soaked content for elders who still have sharp minds, even if their vacuum cords are tangled. And remember, you don't have to suffer to have a clean home. You just have to outsmart your suffering, preferably while sitting down. You've been watching Buddhist Wisdom for the Elderly. We'll see you next time, probably holding a spray bottle the size of enlightenment.